Suntan lotion is so greasy. I just use lard. Diving board!
Sometimes you just want to get away from all the violence, the dark, brooding tales of betrayal and emotion, and just have a laugh. Jazzpunk by Necrophone has you covered. This game is essentially 90% daft shit, 10% seriously daft shit. Sometimes it borders on hysterical, and sometimes it borders on hugely irritating. The first thing you'll notice is the insanely insane opening. All these fucking colours and shit. Oh god, my eyes! This intro is definitely stylised though, much like the rest of the game. I sometimes feel these types of games sometimes get a bit too random for the sake of it, but I suppose with these sort of games you should know what you're getting into. After the seizure-inducing intro, you're transported into what appears to be a derelict subway turned office space, complete with secretary and awful magazines. After a short period, she allows you to go talk to the director, who has a terrible accent.
Please, have a seat. We've much business to discuss.
He gives you a mission briefing before placing some pills on the table. You pick up the pills, pop one, and suddenly you're transported into Soviet Russia. Alright, well, like I said, just throw all logic, rationale and maturity out of the window. Saying that, however, I wouldn't say this game is immature and mean it with a negative connotation. Sure, the game is silly, but I reckon there's room in the world for silly games, as long as the jokes, gags and storylines aren't overly silly. Like I said earlier, sometimes the silliness is just right and is brilliant fun, but sometimes it just makes you think, yeah alright, stop it then. In some situations it feels like the devs were just indulging themselves, like they were pissing about in the engine but forgot to take those parts of the game out. Oh well, I guess in a comedy adventure content is content. Almost everything is interactive, which is always great to see. I must concede that I'm a huge sucker for jokes that are hidden or aren't forced upon the player. Jokes that you can find or stumble upon yourselves. It shows great restraint to hide away some of the great jokes for people to find, as opposed to just shoving them into the faces. Each level gets more elaborate and insane, ranging from watching some strange TV commercial in a cinema for no apparent reason, to using a metal detector on a beach to find a frozen mammoth. It's just off its tits, this game. As well as optional little quests in each level, there are also optional mini-games hidden within each level. Let's play Wedding Quake! Oh, God.
Impressive.
How about that Street Fighter minigame where you have to destroy a car? There's so much content here and it's very, very welcome. The sound design is all over the place and I can't imagine why they thought some of it was a good idea. Some music is horrendously annoying and some voiceovers are painfully distorted.
We're sorry. A dial tone of 2600 Hz is required to activate this trunk line.
Oh, and they use the stock record scratch sound way too often. It's not all bad though, and most of the sound design is tolerable, but fuck, when they get it wrong, they really get it wrong.
Thank you for infiltrating the Iron Curtain, Met.
It's like they bunged the voiceover into sound editing software and just went mental on it. Yeah, Jeff, does this sound good to you? Yeah, sounds good. As is always the trouble with reviewing these sort of games, I don't want to show off too much of it, because it's best discovered and experienced for yourself when playing the game yourself. And yes, it is worth the price. It's not perfect, and it's not a masterpiece of comical genius, but that's not a fair frame of mind to go into this game with. It's a ludicrous, ridiculous, batshit insane adventure game that's perfect for when you just want to escape the real world a bit.
If you don't mind, I've got a landline to install.
Did I mention it's utterly insane? I did. Yeah, oh, okay. Look at this. Why?